Hey, my name is Sarah. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Fast. Alongside me, just like every single week, is manager Jacob.
What's up, Sarah?
Nothing. I got some new fresh white kicks.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really want to stick my
Some
leg up.
NDs.
Yeah, but they're
New Balance. For anyone, I'll
camera.
describe it. Sarah's doing a figure four stretch.
I'm trying, but also they're like so white. You know when someone just gets their teeth
I was
whitened?
literally just talking about this.
When someone gets their
hours ago.
teeth whitened or they get new veneers and it's like jarringly
Well,
white.
I was talking about white shoes.
That's how I feel about these shoes. I feel like they're jarringly white. Like everyone can tell they're new shoes. Like last night I got off stage of improv and my friends were like, "Oh, new shoes." I go, "How do you know?" They're like, "Because they're so white."
I hate that. I actually have a new pair of shoes that I'm so excited to wear. They're not even white. They're green. But they look so crisp
That you're
I'm
like,
embarrassed to wear them for
I
the
know.
first time.
Why is it embarrassing wearing new clothes?
When someone says, "Oh, new shoes," God, it makes me
I know.
cringe.
I know. I hate it. Anyways, what else is new? What are you eating or drinking this week?
Okay, I've got some weird snacks, Sarah. Do you have like some weird snacks that you go to when you get home and you're just like, I need something quick. I don't really have a ton of food and I don't have time.
I kind of
to
just
order food.
always have dill pickle hummus and crackers at my disposal for that purpose.
Okay, that's a real snack. I almost do like a meal supplement. You know what? Here's what I do. I take a tortilla, like a regular flour tortilla from the grocery store.
I have that.
Cut up a little bit of cheddar cheese. Toss it on half of it, right?
Have that.
Pop that in the microwave.
Microwave.
35 seconds, so just to the point when it starts melting.
Okay.
Open it up, take a bottle of sriracha, a ton of sriracha on there, fold it in half, and then I have my little quesadilla.
That's what you eat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not an authentic quesadilla.
I have all
I'm
of that
not
at home.
trying
I
to-
could do that, but interesting. Microwave?
Yeah, and Haley hates it
Won't
when I
it
make
taste better if you just like take out a pan and in like 5 minutes
it. It
you
would
can
taste
just...
amazing. The texture would be great because you have a little crisp on the tortilla. There's something about the smushiness of it.
Oh my god, ew, I hate that.
Yeah,
I don't
I know.
I rarely microwave
It's
things.
like a snack for people who like the word moist.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is a horrible start to the episode.
Yeah, it's pretty gross,
Oh my
but I love
God.
it. And I'm not kidding. I'll eat like 3 a week.
3 a week?
Is that crazy?
Can you not think of a better, like, everyone in the comments, give us a snack for Jacob
Please,
that
I'll
takes
try
the
it.
same amount of time that's not as
It's gotta be
disgusting
quick.
as that.
Yeah.
Gotta
Sarah,
be quick.
what are you eating or drinking this week?
I'm going to shout out a restaurant on Ossington that I don't think gets enough love because I see everyone lining up for Paris. Why? I see people lining up.
Paris
is fine, but I just think it's like, why is that happening? It's just because the patio, a long line on Ossington. Like I was on Ossington on a Saturday night, lines were packed everywhere. But there wasn't a line at this place, and we were doing a tasting menu there for my friend's 30th birthday, and that's Soos. I've talked about it before, SOOS. It's like an Asian fusion restaurant. The food is incredible, and you can do the tasting menu for only $65 a person.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's really good, and it's so much food. Like we didn't even do there's another version of the tasting menu that's larger. We didn't even do the larger one, and I was so full after like the third course. It is such good food, and I just don't think, I think it's one of those more hole in the wall ones on Ossington. That is like, if you don't know, you don't know. It is fantastic, and I just recommend everyone go. The people there were lovely. The food is just like incredible. They have this like slaw. If you've been to Lee,
I was gonna say.
it's better than the Lee slaw in my opinion. So it's like the same style, but it's better. Anyways, everyone should check out Soos. I love it so much. And if you're looking for something that's like, I don't know, it's the perfect place where I don't know what I would order off that menu normally anyway. So the fact that it's a tasting menu and they're just like, here, I'm telling you exactly what to eat is my ideal. And they like accommodated everything. We had vegans at the table. We had people that had dairy allergies. They had all of these
That's so
accommodations.
hard to do sometimes.
And they were fantastic with it.
And arguably, a lot of restaurants
won't
on
do it.
Ossington don't want to do it.
100%. They were fantastic. So I just think Soos needs a little bit more recognition. It's really small. And if you can get a reservation or if you just like walk in, it's amazing.
Okay, I'm going to check it out. Sarah, what are we watching or reading this week?
I finally got to see Superman.
Okay, what'd you think?
I watched Superman fly over. Do you know that song? It's by Taylor Swift. Anyways, I finally watched Superman. We went to IMAX on Sunday night, and Superman is a rom-com.
Yeah, it was.
And superhero movies have always been rom-coms. They've always had love interests. They're rom-coms for boys who say they don't like rom-coms. I thought the chemistry between Lois and Clark / Superman was immaculate. It was incredible.
I would watch just a full-on sitcom
With
of the two of them.
Me too.
In like either of their apartments.
100%. They were so hot and so steamy, and also they never just kissed, they always made out. It was like, oh my god, it was incredible. And I just really love the movie. I feel like superhero movies have gotten like really dark and depressing. I will say, holy moly, talking about the current political climate.
I know.
I was impressed though. Like honestly, like I was like pleasantly shocked. You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Like, no spoilers, but it's just like, it really hits the nail on the head. Stuff that's happening right now.
I'm surprised that got approved.
Me too, but I was really impressed that it got improved. So snaps to James Gunn. The movie was incredible, and the dog steals the show. I love Crypto, and I literally was trying to Google what type of dog is Crypto, and then everything just said, it's a CGI dog. I go, I know that, but like, what type of dog? It's so cute.
I wanted more dog. That was my review.
More dog? I thought there was so much dog. No,
I want the whole movie to be about the dog.
There could be a whole mini series following Crypto, and I would watch it.
I'm sure there will be. There's got to be.
Yeah. Anyways, I loved it. I thought he was a fantastic Superman. I would watch again. I really enjoyed it.
It was funny.
It was like a fun, like,
it was a fun movie.
I went to go see Batman a couple years ago, and it's like depressing and like dark. It's like, I feel like it just embodied, like, I don't know what a superhero movie should be.
Robert Pattinson should stick to memes and stay out of movies.
Memes and out of movies?
Yeah, he's like standing in the corner, like weird big.
Oh my god, that's a bad take. He is a good actor, but anyways, I loved Superman, and also missed opportunity to not use Superman Taylor's version in it.
Maybe the next one.
Maybe the next one. What about you? What's something you're watching?
Okay, I started watching Pop Culture Jeopardy the other day. I'm obsessed. Which is so fun because I know so much about pop culture. It makes me feel really smart because I'm watching regular Jeopardy. I just sit there and be like, nah, this is boring.
And also Colin Jost is incredible.
Yeah, and he's like, he makes fun of the people.
Exactly. No, he's so endearing.
What I don't like is that a lot of the contestants still take it too seriously, as if they're on real Jeopardy. And I'm like, you're on Pop Culture Jeopardy.
But also they
Take it down a notch.
It's going for a lot of money, and also a lot of the people, I don't know how far, because there's so many rounds, I don't know how far you are, but a lot of the people have been on Jeopardy before. Well, like a lot of the teams.
I know, but I'm like, start casting funnier people, I think.
Do you think you and I could, like, who would be our third if we did it?
Well, maybe this should be our audition tape. Well, we have to bring Izzy. We got to bring Izzy.
Izzy would be able to cover all the Gen Z. Honestly,
we'd be pretty good.
3 generations.
We'd be pretty good. 3 generations. I don't know if we did.
You could cover like older stuff. I can cover, you know, like mid 2000s.
Okay, no, we would be good.
And then Izzy would get all the Gen Z stuff.
We span at certain points in the year.
Also, it would be free promo.
3 decades.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But we could literally do it free promo because we could make our team called Talking Fast. Talking Fast Trivia Faster or something. We answer faster.
Talking Fast. That's the whole point. How about buzzing faster? Yeah, there we go. Done.
Okay. Anyways, Pop Culture Jeopardy. I know you had. Oh my! I wouldn't be able to speak around Colin Jost. I have such a crush on that man. I wouldn't be able
to focus on the show because I'd be like, is Scarlett in like the background somewhere? Like I'd be like looking beyond the lights.
I feel like there's no world that show doesn't get another season, and I think we would definitely have to audition, and this could be part of our audition tape. And also, then we just get a free trip to Los Angeles for them. We could go to the Jeopardy stuff for day. I don't care if we get smoked. Also, no, we wouldn't get smoked. I am really good at Final Jeopardy on Pop Culture Jeopardy. I got it almost every single time.
Okay, I gotta watch more just so I know what my stats are looking like, but I think I'd be pretty good.
Okay, well. Yeah. Catch us on Pop Culture Jeopardy soon. What are you listening to?
Well, we got to talk about Bieber. Got to talk about
my
Justin.
First love.
First of all, I think it's so funny. I reposted one of my clients this morning.
That's your client?
Yeah, and he got the Bieber cosign on his video because one of the most annoying things in the last 36 hours since it's been released, or whatever that's been, 48 hours, has been how many people are either texting or posting an Instagram story about, oh, did you know McGee and Dijon are co-produced and worked on this album? Did you know that? Who are like cool artists. I don't know why, but so many people attach their whole personality to McGee and Dijon, and they think it's so cool that they produced and worked on the new Justin Bieber album. I think it's largely a miss. Sorry, Bieber.
Okay, so I was going to say, can we clip this and maybe Justin Bieber will repost our podcast? But if you're saying it's a miss, then no, we can't. The one song's really good. I really like Daisies.
Yeah, it's a good. They're good music.
But you and I were,
and I get it. Justin has grown, and I appreciate that he's grown, and I hope that he's healing.
Do you want to know what though? I will say,
Jacob, this album is him healing, and I did like Scooter Braun's little message about.
Oh, I didn't. I thought that was like shady as fuck.
No,
it was annoying. I didn't like him. I hate everything but Scooter Braun. No, give me 2 seconds. As somebody that had a literal Justin Bieber fan Twitter. Sobbed at every concert I ever put on.
Okay.
Like literally was like peak Bieber age obsessed, right? Because he's 2 years older than me. Hearing his voice still sound so good is what was magical.
He's so
to me.
Talented.
Because like, I mean, like, I don't know. He's been kind of like going through it. It's been pretty public, all this stuff. He's like left his management team, like all this stuff has happened. But hearing his smooth voice still sound just as good. I was like, oh my God, we are so back. I don't even care what it sounds like.
Here's my real take about the album. My take about the album is that how many people for the last, 2, 3, 4 months have been talking about how it's a 2016 summer?
And a new Bieber album is a 2016 summer.
Well, I was just waiting for like the next.
Oh, you wanted the next like Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted the next Sorry.
You wanted the next Sorry.
And this is not Sorry. And listen, I get it. It's good music. He's a great artist.
It's vibey.
He's a talented guy. Everyone who's working on it, also talented.
It's vibey.
It's vibey. Not for me.
I know. We were texting about this and we did say the thing that was missed is we really want it. Like there hasn't really been a song of summer, it feels like, yet.
Exactly.
And he had it like literally up to the plate to
if I was gonna bet who's gonna hit a grand slam for song of the summer.
Yeah.
And maybe we're expecting too much of him, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we want him to be the old Bieber and maybe he has to grow into a new man.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm listening to, other than Justin Bieber's Swag, which also he named it Swag. Yeah. But I have been listening to Swag, but I also have been in my country music era again.
Okay, yeah.
I just feel like the second the sun is out, I'm like full blown country again. Shockingly, the new Chris Stapleton song from the F1 movie, I haven't seen the F1 movie yet, is really good. It's a banger. Don't know what it's called, but that's a banger. And then I also have been listening more Luke Combs and Thomas Rhett and just all of this. I just feel like country music, summertime, it brings out that side of my personality. And I really want to go back to like a country festival. I feel like those are my favorite like types of vibes. So I don't know. I'll have to get to one of those this year.
I like it. Sarah, what's something you did this week?
It was my friend Alana's 30th birthday, and we did a cocktail making class with Bare Bones Bartending, which is just this guy who was a bartender forever. Started his own company, and he does like 150 events a year. It was really cool to like, and he was like super personable. He was really great, and he does like a mix of trivia and like all these different things. But it was so much fun. We got to make 3 cocktails, and then like in between each cocktail, you like take a little break and you just like chat with people or whatever. It was really fun, and I just thought it was like the perfect like group activity for like a birthday that's not just like going out for drinks, like actually learning
side quest things like that where you're learning a little bit of a skill. Maybe it's a cocktail you haven't made.
I learned how to make a paloma, which was great. And then but the only frustrating part is I literally make them and I realize how easy it is to make these, and I go, why am I paying $24 on Ozzy for one of these?
It's almost a little bit too much out of the sausage.
Exactly. It's maybe I don't want to know how to make them. What about you? What's something that you did?
I went to my friend Clarence's wedding, and it was my first wedding downtown Toronto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd never been to a wedding.
I love a downtown Toronto wedding. It's the best. It's so convenient.
Well, they did exactly. It was like 10 minutes away. Oh yeah, it was easy. Oh, it was fantastic.
I have one of those coming up, and I'm so excited because I keep forgetting it's happening. But I'm like, it kind of just feels like I have a birthday party, like a Friday night out. Like you don't really think about it.
But there's also, but then everyone is dressed up.
I know, I love it.
And it's like, how many times are you walking down? We went to karaoke afterwards. Like, how often are you walking down or up Spadina with a bunch of your friends, just dressed in suits and everything like that? It was fantastic. Although it was so hot that day.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yikes.
It was fun though. It was fun.
And finally, what is something that you're loving?
Sarah, it's just as you were talking about getting back into country music during the summer, for me it feels like the summer activity is doing auctions again.
Yep.
So I've been bidding on a lot of furniture.
A lot of chairs?
I haven't gotten new chairs in probably a couple months, so maybe I'm due for a couple of chairs.
Did you see that Derek and I, because we were talking about in a couple episodes ago that we want Virginia to Vegas, Derek back on the pod, and I commented on his like post being like, friend, this new song is so good, because he dropped a new single last week, and I go, and it's like I'm not here. He just goes, when am I coming back on this show? I want to talk with Jacob about vintage furniture. I was like, okay, great. It's fine.
Anytime. I love that.
But should go, we should mic you guys up going to an auction together.
Oh, we could do an offsite vintage poll kind of situation.
You guys can go do that. I'll just
I like it.
Well,
I got a new rug recently, and I'm very excited about that. So I'll have to show it off to Derek.
I love that.
What's something you're loving this week, Sarah?
I feel like this past weekend, to me, was a peak Toronto summer for me. I was at an amazing experience last year at the Olympics, but I feel like I lost, because I lost all of July into August, and then I was out east. I just feel like I wasn't here for the summertime last year when it's peak hot Toronto summer. And I feel like this weekend was just a great example. I went to a country concert bud stage, and then I was running around, and then Friday night I went to Coldplay on Friday, and then Saturday I had a friend's birthday, and we went out and we had dinner, and we were walking around, and the city just felt so alive. And I don't know. I just feel like it's peak Toronto summer. Everyone talks about how this is the best time of year to live here.
Sometimes it feels in Toronto
It feels
summer.
like a movie.
It feels like you have more hours in the day.
Well, you literally do. It doesn't get dark
I guess
at
you have
5
more
o'clock.
sunlight and you're more motivated because
100%.
it's nice outside.
And
But
the
it's just
second it's nice that I don't want to like sit inside and do nothing.
Exactly. I'll even just get up and go for a walk and then
Same.
run into someone and then
Exactly.
you never know what's gonna happen.
I just feel like it's like even like on Friday, like Allie texted me and was like, "Oh, do you want to go like try that new acai place?" And like we just like walk over. I don't know. It just like feels like you can be more willing to do those types of things. And I think I love about Toronto summer is that people are just like willing to take advantage of it because we live through such shit the rest of the year. So take advantage of your Toronto summer. And if you're not from Toronto, come and experience Toronto summer because it's the best. I just want to dive right in. Hi, everyone. We're here with Lindsay Ell. Thank you so much for being on Talking Fast.
Thank
we really
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me. This set, the phone, I'm just into all the vibes.
I love it. Something that I find so interesting about you, because I just want to dive right in. You are like one of the most multifaceted, faceted, is that the word I'm looking for? Multifaceted people in music, in my opinion. I think right now, like, because I've got my mom texting me who's obsessed with you on Canada's Got Talent. and then Thanks, Mom. And then I saw you open for Shania as like just solo yourself a couple summers ago at Bud Stage. And then you also are a lead guitarist, you are a writer, you also are like a genre bending artist. Have you always been somebody that loves to do a bunch of different things? Because I love that people know you for different reasons.
Yes, definitely. I feel like even when I was a little girl, I just wanted to be busy. I wanted to be on the road doing the things that I loved. And when I decided that I wanted to be an artist from a very early age, I don't want to jump into the Enneagram like in minute one of our interview.
No, we should. But that's very on brand for
okay,
this.
Perfect. But I'm like the epitome of a 3.
Same.
So I'm just like, go, tell me how far to run and I will run further. And so
I love it.
So I think just ever since I was little, I was just like thrilled to work hard, you know? And if anything, it like gave me more energy being tired. I guess that's really
You're
confusing,
speaking my language. I feel the same way.
Yeah. And so, and you know, being a part of TV these past few years has been so cool. It's been a part of the business that I haven't really done a lot of up till this point. And the two like mold together so well. Obviously music is first and foremost, and playing my songs on stage will bring me joy more than anything else on the planet. But being able to host Canada's Got Talent and being able to, you know, play lead guitar for Shania have just been so fun. And I think it's like a good part of a well-rounded life just to be able to say yes to things. And I also think I'm at this stage in my life where it becomes a lot easier to know what I like and what I don't like. And I think when I was younger, I was so focused on being like such a keener, as I call it, but like just wanting to say yes to everything that I didn't allow myself to say, oh, you don't like that thing. Because I was like, no, this is going to be better for my future. Like, this is going to bring more success.
Yeah.
And so anything that came, I was just like, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I was just like the eternal optimist. But so much so the eternal optimist that I like didn't even realize when I did something that I didn't like.
Oh, true.
And so now I think I'm just at this point in my life, maybe it's just like after I turned 30, I was like, all right, I'm gonna actually decide like what I like. It's like that scene in Runaway Bride, I think it was, that Julia Roberts movie where she makes like every kind of egg and she like tries to figure out what her favorite kind of egg is, because up until that point she's just like always been like, I like scrambled, I like poached, I like whatever,
like doing it for everybody else.
Yeah. And so it's like I'm trying to figure out what kind of egg I like in like every category of my life.
Was it so, like you said, you were such like a yes man for like the first part of your career. So did you like with these like big decisions, like going back into TV or like becoming lead guitar for another artist when you are an artist intern yourself, like were those like decisions that you sat and like ruminated with, or did like you know in your gut like that they felt right? Or
yeah, it's more like you know, when you sit quiet, it's like, okay, is it a full body yes? And if it isn't, then it's like a full body no.
Yeah, it's like if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no.
Completely, yeah. And so anytime I've, you know, like when Shania asked, will you come play guitar for me? I'm like, that sounds fun. I mean, I have no idea how I'm going to schedule that with my own career, but that sounds fun and that sounds really exciting. So yes, and we'll figure it out. And it's just been like a joy that I never thought I would ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that
have.
ever like, because I was like, just, you know, I scrolled to like literally the very bottom of your Instagram,
wow.
because I
Okay.
like to see the journey. No, but
We
I
are
love to
now
see the
BFFs.
journey. I know everything. No, but
Great.
I love to see the journey, because like, you've had a very long career, and like you were in Nashville, and just like you have a photo on your Instagram with literally every single famous country music artist ever, because you collaborate with so many people. And then you were like focused on like the artist thing and like the country music thing, and then now like this, I mean, not a full pivot, but a pivot to like playing lead guitar for another artist. Is that something you ever thought of when you were coming up in that scene? Like, oh, maybe because you are such a gifted guitar player, is playing for somebody else ever something that crossed your mind? Or was it just like, oh, this is my hero, this is the perfect timing and perfect place, and it's because it's Shania that it works out so perfectly?
Never. And even in the midst of it, to be brutally honest, I still am like, oh my God, I'm getting to play guitar with my childhood hero, and I feel like I'm becoming a better artist being around her, and everything about this experience has been so cool to me. And at the same time, I'm like, I still am an artist, and I still love to play my own songs in front of people, and it's been very cool to be able to like relearn that, to like be able to learn so many things from Shania, from like an icon, and to be understand like the reasons why she is an icon, and to be able to like say she's my friend, which is a wild sentence to say, and also learn that like I love being an artist more than anything in the world. Like that is number one.
Is that advice that you would pass on to someone else who's maybe coming up in the music industry these days with a ton of pressure from you know, any countless number of professionals in the industry who maybe want to pull or push them in one way or another? Would you say, you know, focus on, you have to go through a few of those roadblocks to learn, do you think? Or would your advice be to focus on following what your gut says is the right decision for you as a musician?
I think gut is always number one. Like if something is just not resonating with you, it's like, don't do it, man. Like if I could go back and talk to my younger self, I'd be like, don't do it, man. Like, I think gut is always number one. And sometimes things are a yes and then they become a no.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And you don't know until you try it.
It's very important to be able to like have constant communication, to be able to know when that, you know, seesaw goes the other way, so to speak, you know? And so
that's so true.
I do think like if there are people starting out in the industry or just like starting any career, I do know you need to do a lot of things that like aren't pleasant. So I don't want to live in this fairy tale world that's like, if something is hard and you don't want to do it, then don't do it. It's like, that's not what I'm necessarily talking about. It's more like if something feels like it's not aligned with who you are, or like if it feels like it doesn't resonate with you, that's where I'm like, okay, maybe we should look at something else.
Well, especially because like when you are an artist who writes their own music, then it's like, then it's not authentically you. But I will say, so first of all, I love the song Magic. It's so good. I feel like it resonates so much because I just love the idea of like still like believing that like good things can happen, still believing in all of like the great that can happen in the world, especially because I mean, like, let's be honest, you came up in country music, and especially a woman in country music where they believe you have a certain like shelf life, and then it's that. So I think this like new era, for lack of a better term, that you've been heading into over the past couple of years is really inspiring, especially because I think so many women can relate to like still like finding the magic in things and not being like too old to do anything. Is that is Magic like a song that you think you could have written a few years ago, or is like this the time and place because of everything you've learned, especially over the past few years, like switching genres a little bit more and like making all these different decisions?
Interesting. I love that question. Yeah, I mean, I feel my musical heart has never changed. I feel like I've always been like John Mayer meets 1975 meets Sheryl Crow, and I've like always been the same. When I came to Nashville, they're like, she's not really country, but she's blonde and we can like it can work.
When I scrolled to the bottom of your Instagram, like literally, if I didn't know you were a country artist, I never would have known. Other than the fact
makes
that
me so happy.
Other than like you with like photos with like baby Kelsey Ballerini, like, even she's like pop. So
Totally.
it's like I never would have known because it's like so heavy on like the guitar and like it was giving rock star. So if I didn't know, I wouldn't know, which I love. So that does it's like it's true. Like it's always. I think you've always been able to see it, but I can understand like obviously trying to shape into what is a country artist. Then.
Yeah, it was interesting because I moved to Nashville 15 years ago and got offered a record deal relatively quickly, and again was just like such an achiever that I was like, I want to get on the road. I want songs on the radio.
Yeah.
Let's go. And so I think I was surrounded by so many brilliant minds, but I let a lot of like their advice influence me. And I was just like, okay, I need to get a number one on the radio. I need to get a number one on the radio. And if I need to cut the song that I don't really like, I will to get a number one on the radio. And I thought that like that was more important than being like true to myself and my authenticity and like making art that I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And you do that for long enough, like after about a decade of like really trying to chase certain things, and then you get a number one on the radio and you realize that like success is empty by itself. And just when you get a number one, then the only thing on the other side of that is you need to get another number
true.
one.
It's like the goalpost just moved.
Only
right?
other thing. It's not like you like feel more validated or something. It's like no, it actually just kind of gets worse. Like the pressure gets heavier.
There's more expectation.
There's more expectation, and the work gets harder. And so from like learning that a few years through that cycle, and then I found I was just making music that didn't feel like me anymore. And I was like, okay, country music, I'm so grateful for country music. I think that the genre is so wide right now. I think that there are a lot of things that are in like the big, larger tent of country music. And it's why I'm so inspired by artists like Casey Musgraves or Maren Morris, you know, that they are just them and they make music that feels true to them and they let that guide the way.
For sure.
But I know genres are important because you need a physical name to type into DSPs when you're like categorizing a song of how like you can organize a library. But other than that, I don't think fans care.
I was gonna say with streaming now, I mean, like I don't know, it's a genuine question. Like with streaming now though, like would we argue they're less important? Like you mentioned John Mayer earlier. He did that thing where he had a whole album where he released one song a week. Like you can do different things to release music, and I feel like, I mean, like you said, Maren Morris, I wouldn't even know what genre to put Maren Morris into anymore, and I listen to her music all the time.
But those are my favorite artists.
Same.
You know, it's like Maren, Sheryl Crow. Like, what would you define
Shania?
Their genre? Pop music was just totally.
Yeah.
Pop music is like popular music.
Yes, exactly.
You know? And yet, when you say pop music, it's like okay, there are so many different things that qualify as pop music. And so I'm at this point in my life just trying to make music that feels real and trying to make music that is about things that I care about and that I've been thinking about, because I hope that if I can say something that is honest, that will connect to an audience and they can tell. I feel like audiences and fans are the smartest people on the planet, and even if they can't put something into words, like they can feel if something is authentic or not. And so if I'm singing something that I don't believe in, anybody can tell immediately. I can tell when I like watch an artist perform, I'm like, I can tell if they care or not about the music that they're playing. And so I just got to a point where I was like, all right, I need to reassess some things. And I need to get back to the reason why I started doing this when I was a little girl, and the reason why I'm so inspired by the artists that I'm inspired by, and trying to just make music that feels like me.
That's I feel like one thing I picked up on too, speaking about scrolling your social media, and then just to tag off your point with the rollout around magic as well, is because those are all photos of you in a lot of the posts too, right? What you used to or believed in kind of as you were growing up and whatnot. One thing I picked up on too is like, do you feel proud of yourself now? And do you think it's important to zoom out and think about what you've accomplished as you kind of accomplish things? That is one theme that I think I picked up on when I was scrolling through your social media. It's something that I find personally tough to do in my own career.
Yeah.
Is that like, once you've hit that goalpost, okay, what's the next one? As opposed to being, I'm really proud of myself for what I've accomplished.
Yeah.
And then using that kind of more genuine emotion to then, okay, maybe I can pour this into where I'm going to go creatively next. Is that something that resonates?
Yeah, I love that question. I've also been terrible at being proud of myself in most
very
points of my
number
life.
3 of you.
very hard,
Very number
yeah.
3 of you.
It's hard. Yeah. So true.
So number 3.
We can talk about numbers all day. But through the past couple years, I got diagnosed with an eating disorder a couple years ago, and it was a very important 180 that I think I needed. And just learning to love myself as I show up every day, and like emphasis on the learning aspect, because I don't think that's like a state you walk into and then just live in. I think it's like a choice that you make every day. And so I try my best to love myself in ways that are very open and accepting, and try to be proud of myself, and like look at the little moments of like, hey, that was really cool, or that show last night was incredible, and that person in the front row was crying, or that little girl was wowed by my guitar solo or something, you know. And to try to, sometimes I think it's harder to be proud of myself in the bigger moments, but if I can like really pare it down to like the small things, they add up quicker.
And would you say that, like, because of like obviously like things that happen, you're now like more proud of yourself, that you're able to then be more like free and authentic? And would you say that right now you are also in turn the most creative you've ever been in your career?
Yeah, it is pretty wild when and also not to think that like in like a constricted, like high pressure scenario, that's not the best place for creativity.
No. Well, and there's a formula, right? Like you were in a place where they're like, this is how you, this is the structure. It's like if you go to school and it's like, oh, you do this, you get this grade.
Yeah.
Oh, if you do this, you'll get your number 1 on country radio. And if you talk to this person, this. But now I feel like you've like left that formulaic way of doing it, and now you're just kind of floating
completely,
which I feel like would breed more creativity.
Yeah, I think it's just like allowing it to flow a lot more.
That's true.
And being able to like get or I should speak for myself, like being able to get my brain in like a calm state, and that's when like the best ideas come. And I think when you're always like so tightly wound, like always reaching towards the next thing, or always just being so busy, I think I felt like I was being more successful when I was just had a very full calendar. And I still have a very full calendar, but I still like, I try to at least like block out sections of it, because I think that is where the real magic comes in terms of like creativity and writing songs. Like I get my best ideas when I'm like sitting in quiet.
Yeah. Would you say that having, just because I mean, like we also talk about therapy a lot on this podcast, and someone that's like, well, I'm just saying like it's very number 3, but it's also very traditional to like fill your calendar and be so busy to mask other things that are happening, right? And like then also the reason people like us like thrive in the structure and then push aside like emotions and eating disorder, all of these things that are happening. I know you've been very open about like other struggles that you've had in your life, and it's easy to like push to the back because it's like, oh well, it's fine, I'm so busy. So is that also like being able to tap into taking a step back, not being as busy, and then allowing yourself to feel things? I can only imagine also in turn then allows you to make the most authentic music that you can, which it's also coming across in your sound as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I think having a busy schedule is very conducive of like masking things,
100%,
or numbing things out. I mean, let's be real, like we can numb ourselves by so many different things in life. I did that with my eating disorder, but also being a workaholic and like working too much is also another way to do that. And I think in like the stillness, the quiet, like the times where you actually like leave like even an hour gap in your schedule, as terrifying as that is to me sometimes, it's that's when you really face reality or face like what you're going through. And I think when you can like sit with that, you get to know yourself in a way that that is like inaccessible if you're just constantly
going
racing.
Well, it's like the egg thing we were talking about. You don't actually know who you are when you're just like saying yes and doing all these things and whatever. When you take the step back is when you can actually sit and be like, wait, am I happy doing this? Am I happy chasing this number 1, or would I rather sing about something that is more authentic?
In the music that's rolling out now and rolling out for the next couple of months, when was that all written?
Honestly, it's the craziest thing about the music industry, because songs just take a minute to come out sometimes. And so a lot of these songs I wrote them like a year and a half ago.
Oh wow.
before the song Magic, I released a song called Unloving You, which I felt so deeply
It's so good.
a couple years ago, and it's a breakup song, and I'm like the happiest I've ever been. And so I released this song, and I'm posting all this content from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And people, like, I have friends and family reaching out being like, hey dude, are you
okay? Is
I
that
can
there?
come by the house.
Well, we're doing the same. We're releasing, well, it comes out tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow, but we're releasing a whole episode on breakups.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
just waiting for the messages of like, are you
Are
Yeah.
you
That was
okay?
years
That
ago.
was
We're
years
okay.
ago. Is that therapeutic, or is it like a little weird to be like, oh, I've like so moved on from this, but now like I'm giving this song to the world and it's for other people, but I'm okay and I've moved on, but then now I have to like think about that time when I was writing it.
I mean, it's therapeutic in a great way, because I always think it's very healthy to like go back and think about the things that you've been through, and relearn things or learn new things about what you went through, and I think with time you get to see things from different perspectives anyways. So I do think it is actually a really beautiful thing. My favorite thing is like, hopefully if I write a song that was honest to me at any time in my life, that it will be honest to somebody. And if I can write a piece of music that can help somebody through their breakup or help inspire them to go to therapy or whatever, then I'm like, job done.
I love that. You have another EP coming out, Fence Sitter. What can we expect from that? And what can everyone expect from it? I'm assuming it's like the same type of vibe with all the, like, you've been putting out such like authentic music over the past year, and I think Magic is a really also good like look into that. But is that what we can expect from Fence Sitter as well?
For sure. Magic is definitely like a good look into the window of what this new EP is about. Definitely, like, I think through deeper vulnerability you can access like this level of confidence in yourself that you weren't able to even know before. And Fence Sitter is the title track of the EP. It's a song written about if I want to be a mother or not. And I think that as anybody growing up, I think it's a question you ask yourself throughout your life. Like, do I want to have kids? Do I not want to have kids? And specifically as a woman, you know, we're tied to biological clocks. And so we have like a limited amount of time to think about this.
Yeah, and also then the societal like questions you get.
Completely. Yeah, in my 20s, I thought about it quite a bit, and when I turned 30, it was like overnight all of my friends were like getting married and having babies and having multiple babies, and I like still don't have either of those things figured out, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I seriously don't know. And I'm like, am I going to regret this, or am I going to, is it going to change my life forever, and will it affect my career? And it's such an interesting thing to talk about. I mean, I have so many dear artist friends who are incredible mothers and who have amazing careers and make it work, and so I know it's possible. It's just a little extra complicated.
Yeah, of course.
When we're on the road and traveling all the time, and so I walked into the writing room wanting to write Fence Sitter, and I came in with this idea, and one of my co-writers, my producer, actually was like, dude, you need to check out this Reddit board. It's called Fence Sitter, and it is 80,000 people talking about if they want to be parents or not.
Oh, really?
way.
You need to check it out. It's so cool. So
wow.
and it's like, I do, I don't know. And it's just amazing to like hear all of these really incredible perspectives. And so I was inspired so much, I knew I needed to write it into the lyric, and then we ended up calling the song that. And because it's just like focused so much on my brain and so much,
and also like hearing that as someone that's like, I just turned 29, so I'm in that era where all my friends are suddenly having babies and all that. Like, just even that term, the second you said, oh, it's about like whether I want kids or not, it's like you immediately know like, oh, Fence Sitter, what that means, and like that feeling. Oh, I'm so excited to hear it.
But also
so
like
exciting.
that, because it's got to be, I mean, for myself as well, oftentimes for processing or like making any big decisions, I would rather listen to a song and then while I'm making it, as opposed to reading a Reddit board myself. So hopefully that's true.
That also helps. I think
it.
For everyone's mental health state, listening to Lindsay's song Fence Sitter is going to be better for everyone than going to the depths of Reddit, regardless.
We've all been through rabbit holes.
Yeah, and I think that can be a slippery slope. So I think that's okay. But also, like, it's what's magical about the era you're in and the music you're making is like, I mean, what, 5 years ago you couldn't have written this song probably, right? Or you could have, but it wouldn't have, like, it's not the formula for like the number one for country radio or whatever. So in that, I'm sure like what would like 20, how old were you when you moved to Nashville?
Yeah, I just turned 20. Yeah.
You were, so like how would like 20-year-old, like if you were having a conversation with 20-year-old Lindsay, like what do you think her reaction would be to being able to like release music like this?
I mean, I think it was always my goal. It was like what was in the depths of my heart. But I was like, I think in order to do that, I need to get like a huge successful song to then get a platform where I can do what I want. Yeah. And because that has worked for many artists. I can list you like a long list of artists that has been exactly how their path has gone. Yeah. And so I just tried to do it that way. And for whatever reason, my path just hasn't necessarily worked out that way. And I wouldn't change it like a single second, because I don't think I would have the perspective that I do right now. And I don't think I would be writing the songs that I am right now, or even have the live show that I do right now, had I not been through like every iteration of my career up to this point.
I love that. Well, we do have to let you go because you have to go do sound check for you have a show tonight, which is so exciting. Where can the people find you and your music if they're looking to dive in and get all their heartstrings pulled?
Oh my gosh. Come look, LindsayEll.com, Lindsay with an AELL. I'm like all over social media.
You can do a deep dive. I did it.
Oh my gosh. Do a deep dive.
You have a lot of Instagram posts. I'm not gonna lie. Like you are somebody that's clearly never deleted Instagram posts, because I was able to scroll like it took me actually like probably 15 minutes to scroll all the way down.
Impressive feat.
It was amazing. I loved it. It was an adventure for me.
I'm just like,
felt like I was watching a documentary.
Okay, great. I'm so glad. I haven't even looked at the depths of my Instagram for years, so I don't know what's on there. But
everything from like your dog being just like a little baby all the way up. I feel like I got all like the growth of Hendrix. It was adorable.
I love this. I truly feel like you know me.
Yes, I know everything, but I love it. Thank you so much for being here. I love this conversation. I can't wait to hear the new music. But for now, make sure you listen to Magic, because Jacob has a Songs of Summer playlist that he makes.
It's going on.
It's going on the Songs of Summer
Jacob,
playlist.
Thank you so much. I've always wanted to be a Song of the Summer.
So Magic's definitely going to be on there. Thank you so much for listening. We are here every single week. I've been Sarah. That's been Jacob. That's been Lindsay. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.